It's Wednesday night after a long day, and the last thing you want to do is cook dinner from scratch. But you still want a satisfying, tasty meal without the guilt? Enter your freezer's sidekick, Cauliflower. From thin and crispy cauliflower crust pizzas to all-natural white meat chicken tenders and more, Cauliflower is gluten-free always, satisfies every craving, and is ready in minutes. Cauliflower is available in freezer aisles nationwide. Visit eatcauliflower.com/where-to-buy to find a store near you.
The young couple sneaks off on a romantic getaway to another state. Their liaison is illicit, a clandestine weekend getaway from his wife and her child. On a whim, they stop at a hotel which, unbeknownst to them, is hosting a mortician's convention. They are given the last available room after a late cancellation. After heading to their room, they are never seen alive again. In a busy hotel, with people coming and going at all hours, the couple is murdered in their bed in a bloody and brutal scene. The killer left behind some sinister clues before he or she vanished into the night, and no one saw or heard a thing. The gory tableau the unsuspecting hotel maid encountered the next day as she entered room 260 was just the beginning. This is a story so twisted, so complex, so unpredictable that even after 40 years of investigation by multiple law enforcement agencies, the killer remains at large. In Season 2 of Scene of the Crime, we will examine this decades-old mystery. We have been given unprecedented access to police files and records, family and friends of the victims, and the insight of members of law enforcement who worked for years to solve this horrific murder. Season 2 will examine the victims, multiple suspects, and other possibly related crimes, and potentially not one, but 2 serial killers. We will feature interviews with many of those involved in this tragic case, and we will unpack all angles of one of the most comprehensive investigations in the history of this Midwest state. Listen to Season 2 of Scene of the Crime, coming to your favorite podcast app this fall.
The views and opinions expressed by guests on this podcast do not necessarily represent those of the podcast, its creators, or sponsors. If you would like to discuss a missing persons case on this podcast, please be sure to visit missingpersonspodcast.net. This episode may contain unsettling or disturbing subject matter. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Missing Persons, a podcast dedicated to spreading the word about people who have vanished under mysterious or unexplained circumstances and the family members who are looking for answers. I'm Jess Betancourt.
And I'm Mike Morford. Together we created this podcast to help give a voice to people who continue to look for their missing loved ones. In some cases, even after decades have gone by. In each episode, you'll hear from Jess giving listeners the backstory and the basic facts of the disappearance.
Then Mike will speak with someone who's intimately connected to the missing person, and his guest will share their story with us.
Please stay tuned at the conclusion of this episode to hear about our Patreon program and our commitment to help find people who have gone missing. We'll also share with you where you can find more information and how you can join our team and help our efforts. You'll get recommendations for other podcasts we think you'll enjoy, and more.
So sit back and enjoy this episode, and who knows, maybe you can help us find someone who's missing. Episode 12, Shemika Cosey. Shemika Kayanta Cosey was born on October 1st, 1992 to mom Paula Cosey. In 2008, the family lived in Berkeley near St. Louis, Missouri. Shemika, a 16-year-old 10th grader at Hazelwood West High School, was close with her mom, was very involved in her family, and was very trusting and friendly. She was also a typical teen who wanted more independence than her mother Paula was willing to give her. Mika, as she was called, was responsible for babysitting her 10-month-old new baby sister after school while Paula went to work. She was not allowed to date, and as a rule, she didn't stay out late or lead any kind of at-risk lifestyle. On Sunday, December 28, 2008, Mika went to spend the night at her older cousin's house. Mika regularly went to visit her cousins, 2 sisters, who lived with their mother, Paula's sister. The younger of the 2 cousins had 2 small kids, and Mika was accustomed to hanging out with these close relatives. This Sunday night over the winter holidays from school was no different. The cousin drove over to Paula and Mika's house and picked her up, and the 2 cousins went back to the home of Paula's sister in the 6,000 block of Napier Avenue, also in Berkeley. They watched movies and hung out with the kids. We will get into the little bit we know of the events of that evening in a little bit, but the next morning, on Monday, the cousin's family noted that Mika was not in the house. Paula's sister's boyfriend, Terry, noted that Mika was gone when he woke up at 8 a.m. Her purse and coat were also gone, but her overnight bag remained in the house. The front door was unlocked and cracked open. Paula's sister called and asked if Mika had come home. Of course, she had not. Where was Mika? Paula tried to get to the bottom of what had actually gone down in the middle of the night. The cousin told her that while at her house, Mika had been on the phone with someone. Mika did not have a cell phone. The family was able to obtain the phone records for that evening and called a strange number that they believed Mika must have called. A woman answered and told them they had the wrong number. This appeared to be a dead end. The cousin told Paula that she had never seen Mika leave the house that night. She went to bed around 1:30 a.m. But Paula's sister and her boyfriend observed that Mika had been in and out of the house several times and that it seemed someone outside had been trying to get her attention. Mika denied that anything was going on, so her aunt and her boyfriend went to bed. When they woke up, she was gone. Paula reported her daughter missing to the Berkeley PD on the 29th, but she said from the outset, police treated Shemika's case as a runaway, and they failed to launch an investigation into the case of the missing teen. Berkeley PD Major Art Jackson stated to the media that he believes Mika left on her own. Paula says that while Mika may have left, she had never run away or threatened to do so, and the fact that she left behind her bag shows that she intended to return. Police declined to search Mika's room or belongings and only spoke to a few people who knew her. Major Art Jackson with the Berkeley PD told ABC News that, quote, there was no evidence to support a physical search, end quote. The Berkeley PD took a report on Mika, but implied to Paula that they believed she would return home when school started up again in January. Frustrated with police efforts, Paula launched the only organized searches for her daughter. Family members passed out flyers and went to all the places they believed Mika might have gone and checked in with all her friends. Other family members searched neighborhoods and areas nearby. According to Paula, in 12 years, no tips have come in providing any helpful information about her daughter's disappearance. But she did learn some interesting information about her daughter when she looked through her personal belongings. One was that Mika had a fake ID, a real identification card that belonged to one of the girls in the apartment downstairs from the Coseys, who looked similar to Mika. Police believed that Mika had on occasion frequented clubs in East St. Louis, even though she was significantly underage. They were informed of this by a boy named Jeremy, who attended high school with Mika and was considered her boyfriend, but whom Paula had not known about. Mika was not allowed to date or go out late at night. Paula was told by the girl downstairs that she and Mika had gone to a club in East St. Louis on the night of homecoming that September, but it was the only time the girls did this. But Paula also recalled some incidents that were troubling. One was on the day Mika vanished, Sunday the 28th of December. Paula and Mika were at another friend's house that afternoon, and Mika went out for a walk on her own. Paula was angry with Mika, and the two had words because Paula was not comfortable with Mika walking around alone in a totally unfamiliar area. Mika accused her of being overprotective. Now, Paula wondered whether Mika had possibly met up with someone that day. In another event, about 5 months before she went missing, Paula caught a glimpse of her daughter getting into a black Chrysler 300 with an older man. Rumors were that she was talking to an older guy, and one of Mika's older sisters told Paula that Mika was maybe dating a man in the military. When Paula confronted the girl, Mika told her the man in the black car was just a friend driving his parents' car. But now, Paula wondered who this older man was and whether he could have trafficked or harmed her daughter. This man has never come forward. Finally, Paula recalled that Mika had recently told her she had changed her walking route from the apartment to Hazelwood West High School. She usually cut through the woods to get to school, but she told Paula she was going to walk the long way and avoid the woods because she was hearing strange noises. Mika did not have many social media pages, but she did have a MySpace page. She was not very active on it, and it did not provide any insight as to what could have happened to her. A few years after Mika disappeared, Paula and her other children were packing up the apartment to move, and they discovered some of Mika's notebooks. These contained notes between Mika and another girl, a school friend whom Mika does not know. Some of these notes indicated that perhaps Mika might have been pregnant. One of the notes written by Mika seemed to imply that the father of the child, someone referred to in the notes as LB, was not happy about this and was upset about the news. Quote, "I can't allow him to feel like he got power over me," end quote, one of the notebook entries said. But these notes were months old, and if Mika had been pregnant when they were written, she was no longer so in December of 2008. This move was very hard on Paula. She was forced to leave the apartment where Mika had lived with her and give up the only phone number her daughter knew. She continues to wonder whether her daughter will be able to find her if she is able to return. One piece of information that Paula came across in her queries about her daughter was that a man rumored to have been involved with her had also been involved with another young woman who also went missing from Berkeley. This man, a possible person of interest, was killed and can provide no answers. Paula and her other children have submitted their DNA to national databases and entered Mika into NamUs, hoping that these efforts would lead to a clue as to where their daughter and sister might have ended up. Paula believes that Mika left on her own that night, intending to return, but that then something happened to her. The police, too, believe that Mika left on her own, but they seem to think that she may have intended to run away. They have labeled her an endangered runaway. Some supposed sightings of Mika around the country have been called in, but Paula says that Mika never would have gone 10 years without contacting her family. Paula is now on the board of a support group for families of missing persons in her area. The group hosts annual events to educate the public about missing persons and advocates for legislation and funding to assist family members in their searches for their loved ones. Shemika would now be 28 years old. An age-progressed image of what she may look like is available online. When she disappeared, Mika was a young black teen, 5 foot 5 inches, 130 to 160 pounds. She remains a missing person. Mike Morford sat down to talk with Paula Cosey Hill, Shemika's mother. That conversation is coming up after a word from our sponsors. Is there something that interferes with your happiness? Is something preventing you from achieving your goals? I think there are times that we can all use someone to confide in. I know I've had times like that. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, then BetterHelp online counseling just might be the right solution for you. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can connect in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient. You can start communicating with a counselor in under 24 hours. This isn't self-help, it is professional counseling. Send a message to your counselor anytime. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, all without ever having to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room. And BetterHelp can assist you with so many things from depression, stress and anxiety, to family conflicts, sleep issues, and more. Anything you share is confidential. And while BetterHelp is not a crisis line, it is convenient, professional, and affordable. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener of Missing Persons, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/MP. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, go to betterhelp.com/MP to save 10% on your first month of BetterHelp.
It's Wednesday night after a long day, and the last thing you want to do is cook dinner from scratch. But you still want a satisfying, tasty meal without the guilt? Enter your freezer's sidekick, Cauliflower. From thin and crispy cauliflower crust pizzas to all-natural white meat chicken tenders and crowd-pleasing snacks, Cauliflower satisfies every craving. Cauliflower's products are your favorite comfort foods, but made better for you and gluten-free always. The best part? You don't have to sacrifice taste or time, so you can honor your cravings without compromising. Craving pizza? You can enjoy Cauliflower's delicious margarita pizza for only 370 calories for half the pizza. Looking for easy snacks that kids and adults alike will love? Cauliflower's baked, never-fried pizza snacks are nostalgia reimagined and ready in 5 minutes. Cauliflower's products are available in freezer aisles nationwide. Visit eatcauliflower.com/where-to-buy to find a store near you.
Let's be honest. Most of us have a love-hate relationship with wired bras. We love the lift, but hate the digging. We love the support, but hate feeling trapped. Well, Knix just changed everything with FreeFlex, a wired bra actually designed to work with your body, not against it. FreeFlex features a revolutionary, flexible wire that moves when you move, bends when you bend, and keeps everything exactly where you want it. No poking, no stabbing, no constant readjusting, just freedom to move. It also has a demi-cup shape for a natural lift with a lower neckline that flatters in everything from V-necks to dresses. And because it's from Knix, it's available in sizes for every body. Experience the first wired bra you'll actually want to wear all day. Visit Knix.com for 15% off your order with FreeFlex15. That's KNIX.com, code FreeFlex15 for 15% off. Knix.com.
Hi, Paula, and thank you for coming on Missing Persons to discuss your daughter Shemika's case with us.
Hello, how are you doing? Thank you.
Doing good, and we're happy to have you here. I know that you affectionately call Shemika Mika, so we'll refer to her through the rest of this interview, if that's okay with you, as Mika.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about her, what kind of person she is?
Mika, she was fun, loving. She always took care of the kids. She was about the family. She was the babysitter of the family. And she just trusted people. She just thought people would do the right thing. She thought everybody was her friend. She used to tell me all the time, I know this person, this is my friend. And she just trusted people. That was just the kind of person she was, because she never experienced anybody doing anything wrong to her.
Do you think that trust maybe she was too trusting perhaps of someone?
Yes, I do. I do believe that my daughter is missing because she trusted someone. It wasn't something that just happened. It was somebody who got her trust and did something to her. I just feel in my heart that was what happened.
When she went missing, what grade was she in?
She was in the 10th grade. She was 16 years old.
Okay. And she did normal things like normal kids her age did, I'm sure, went to school, hung out with friends. Did she have any special activities or hobbies that she was into?
No, she just did most of the stuff with her family. We'd go out skating, out to dinner. Most of the time she was with me, out shopping, doing things. I had just had a baby. Her little sister was born February 3rd of 2008. So when she came up missing, my baby was like, 9, 10 months. So she would have never, ever left her little sister. She took care of that little baby. Every day when she got out of school, she came home to take care of her little sister. There's no way she would leave her little sister like that.
It sounds like she was very family-oriented and close to everyone then.
Yes. Her little cousin, that's why she went over to visit her cousin. She went over there all the time. This was not something out of the ordinary. She went to her cousin's house on a regular basis. And that night, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened that night. I just know she didn't come back home.
So this wasn't out of the ordinary for her to go over and hang out with her cousins and spend time over there?
No, it was not. It was the normal thing. She was bored at the house. She'll go stay with the family, go to her family, mostly over to her cousin's house, right there in Berkeley.
So it sounds like she's a typical teenager when, she's hanging at home, but when she gets bored, she'll go to her friends or to family members and hang out. Nothing out of the ordinary.
No. I know, her homecoming. It was when in September of 2008, October, running that time, homecoming. And she went to homecoming. When she came home from homecoming, she asked could she go out with some friends. And the friends stayed downstairs from us, in the apartment downstairs from us. And I told her yes. And I told her time to be back. And I stayed up until she got home. So when she came home, I went in my room and went to bed. I don't know where she had went. She didn't tell me exactly. She just said they had fun. Well, after she came up missing, that's when I found out that her and the girl downstairs went to a club in East St. Louis. So, from my understanding, when I talked to the girl, she said that was their first time ever going. So, that's the thing. People were saying that she was hanging out in East St. Louis and everything like that. And that's only because of someone told the police that she was hanging out. But I don't know about any other time that she went.
So, and I guess teenagers will be teenagers. Every once in a while, they're going to sneak out and do something,
right,
trying to have fun. But it wasn't a regular thing. It wasn't something ongoing.
No, my daughter was at home with me. I did not even allow her to be out like that. That's what people don't understand. I was not lenient on her. When I let her go, when she went to her cousin's house, it was something she always did, go to her cousin's house. So that wasn't nothing out of the ordinary. So I just don't know what happened. Now, after she came up missing, it was things that was found out that we did not know. So when I did get a chance to talk to the young girls after she came up missing, they said that she would be talking to guys, and they'd see her talking to guys. Okay, that was another thing. We was hearing her talking to different guys. Well, she called herself with a boyfriend at the time with a nickname of LB. Well, in LB she was supposed to be pregnant by LB, but it was around Memorial time, so by December they feel like she would have been shorn, so they don't think she was pregnant. But LB is the one that went to the police department and was telling the police department all this bad stuff about her that she only did maybe once or maybe twice. I can't even think of another time she had the opportunity to do it again. That's why I said that one time I asked the young lady, they said that one time because she had the young lady ID. She can't get in by herself. She's not old enough. So how did she get in? She got in with the young lady downstairs ID, which is the ID my daughter still had when she came up missing that I still have today. I don't know what happened, but something happened, and my daughter got caught up in something I don't know. And then it was the other incident that theory that I have is because I seen her get into a black 300. I seen this with my own eyes. I don't know who it was. They not talking to me today. Nobody came forward and told me anything that was me or anything. Nobody beside me who was with her at that time. Why they're not beside me right today looking for her too? Where are they? I just don't understand. I have questions too. I don't understand all this.
Let me back up for a minute, if we can, to the night when she went missing. So she's over her cousin's house. She's watching movies, hanging out. When did you know something was wrong? How did you find out that she was missing?
The next day, approximately, I'm saying about 8 or 9 that morning, they called me. My sister called me and asked me, was Mika at home? I said, no, she's not here. She's supposed to be over there with you. So she said, we woke up this morning. She said, actually, her words was, Terry woke up this morning to take the dog out, and he said that Shemika was not on the couch. That's where she's supposed to be sleeping at that night, on the couch. So that was the first. That's when we started calling people.
So right away they wake up and she's not there. They call you, and now you're getting panicked because she's not there, and she's supposed to be there.
Yes.
And at some point, I guess they found out that it was a possibility, or I don't know if this is confirmed, that she went outside the house that night to meet up with someone. Is that accurate?
Okay, understand, I was not there. So I have sat down with my family members several times, and we have went over it. My niece said because she was the one who came and picked up my daughter. She said when they came to her house, they started watching movies. She was going to go out with her sister, which is my other niece, but she decided not to. So by the time my daughter got to the house, my other niece, the oldest one, she left because she went out. So she was there when my daughter got there. So now it's only people there are my niece. She has 2 kids. They was young. And my sister and her boyfriend. So they said they was there joking around, watching movies and stuff that night. My niece said she went to bed around 1:30. She did not witness Mika going outside. She told me Mika never went outside because she went to bed at approximately 1:30. My sister and her boyfriend was still up. My sister said she did notice Mika going outside and asked Mika what Mika was doing. Why was you going outside? And Mika played it off to my sister like, I ain't doing nothing, ain't you? I ain't doing nothing, no man. So she went to bed. And that's how it was explained to me. And that's how that happened that night that I know. And the next morning when Terry got up, she wasn't there.
And was there any sign? Was the door unlocked? Was the door open? Do you know anything like that?
Yes, the door was cracked. He said the door was unlocked. It was cracked as if she was coming back. And her overnight bag was there because when she goes to the night, she take an overnight bag. Her overnight bag was still there. I got it. But her coat and purse was gone. So I'm thinking she did leave, but was intending to come back.
And
who she left with, I have no idea.
And for some reason, she just didn't come back. How soon did you become alarmed enough that you said, I think we have to call the police and get the police involved?
Well, my niece, she told the police immediately. She had called them, but they didn't do a police report. Because of her age, she's 16 years old, okay, we thinking she out. So they didn't do it immediately. So only thing we could do immediately was we made some homemade flyers, made our own flyers, and started giving out flyers and calling and people and going by people's houses that we knew to see if they heard from her. Well, after a day of that, my brother and some of my cousins, they was looking in nearby areas. So we went to the police station on December the 30th, and they did a police report on December the 30th of 2008. And they had all us in the room, and they talked to everybody in the room, interrogated everybody in the room, saying they think that my niece know more than what she was saying. She was upset because she said she didn't know anything, and they still accusing her. So she got upset, and so we basically just told them everything we knew. And that's when I told them about her boyfriend, Jeremy. He actually came up to the police department and talked to the police. But I never got a chance to talk to him or see him. Because when they finished talking to him, they came back into that room where we were, and immediately, did you know your daughter was going to the strip club? Did you know your daughter was doing this and she was smuggling? I'm like, no, I did not know my daughter had did any of that stuff. But how often was she doing it? That was my confusion. How often was she doing it? When did he see her doing it? When did she have a chance? He got any dates or time or anything when she was doing this stuff? Because I don't get it. It didn't make sense. So they left that at that and told me that, she probably just run away. She's gone with some guy and she probably be back when school starts. Because it was over the holiday. It was the Christmas break. So in their head, they think she's just gone with some man and she'll be back. So it was never let's search for her thing. It was just thinking she's gone with someone. So when school started, she didn't show up. There was still no Mika. And nobody was searching for her.
It seems like the police just brushed it off. Okay, she's out doing this wild stuff. She must have just ran off and she'll come back. And you felt there was definitely something wrong that wasn't like her to go away like that.
Yes. And what happened was I basically just disconnected from the police department. It was bad. And I just tried to find out things that I could find out on my own. And I found out, I don't know, I even found out a connection she had with another missing girl from Berkeley. It's like all this stuff, the rumors was going around in these streets. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to think. I don't know which way to turn. I don't know what happened.
So it's almost like you had to go out and dig around yourself and ask questions and talk to people.
Yes. Yes. Her sister, her nieces, we all did. We talked to people and we heard all kind of different things. So it's like we don't know what to believe. One guy that we really want to talk to, he's dead. He got killed. Like, what do we do now? Okay, like now we got to think like what to do now.
During that time when you were searching and you're handing out flyers and trying to do everything on your own, did you get any good tips or information of anyone saying that they saw Mika around after she went missing?
No. It's like she just vanished. No. My baby just like, I don't know. She just disappeared.
We're going back a ways, obviously. Social media wasn't as big as it is now, but did she have any kind of social media back then? Anything that you looked at for clues, trying to figure out who she might have known or talked to?
She had a MySpace at the time. And we went on there. She wasn't active on there much, so we didn't have much on there. So I don't know. That's the only thing we found was my MySpace page.
Did she have a cell phone back then?
No. We had a house phone because she was at home. We had a house phone.
Let me go back to also your her cousin's house that night. There was a phone call, and I don't know if this is incoming or an outgoing call or something that somehow you learned about a phone number on the phone records that night. Can you tell us a little bit about that call?
My niece, this is the number my niece was concerned about because she gave it to the police department. She said that my daughter had called that number. But when she called it back, they told her that she had the wrong number. And she said, well, did my cousin call this number last night? And she said, well, I told her she had the wrong number. So that's all we got out of that. So we just gave it to the police, and we haven't heard anything about that.
So nothing came from that?
No. Just like we gave them the name of the man that we had, the same man that's connected with two missing people, and his name come up in my case, my daughter case, and another lady case, both missing from Berkeley. We explained that to them. This the guy that came up dead.
It's Wednesday night after a long day, and the last thing you want to do is cook dinner from scratch. But you still want a satisfying, tasty meal without the guilt? Enter your freezer's sidekick, Cauliflower. From thin and crispy cauliflower crust pizzas to all-natural white meat chicken tenders and crowd-pleasing snacks, Cauliflower satisfies every craving. Cauliflower's products are your favorite comfort foods, but made better for you and gluten-free always. The best part? You don't have to sacrifice taste or time, so you can honor your cravings without compromising. Craving pizza? You can enjoy Cauliflower's delicious margarita pizza for only 370 calories for half the pizza. Looking for easy snacks that kids and adults alike will love? Cauliflower's baked, never fried pizza snacks are nostalgia reimagined and ready in 5 minutes. Cauliflower's products are available in freezer aisles nationwide. Visit eatcauliflower.com/where-to-buy to find a store near you.
Let's be honest. Most of us have a love-hate relationship with wired bras. We love the lift, but hate the digging. We love the support, but hate feeling trapped. Well, Knix just changed everything with FreeFlex, a wired bra actually designed to work with your body, not against it. FreeFlex features a revolutionary flexible wire that moves when you move, bends when you bend, and keeps everything exactly where you want it. No poking, no stabbing, no constant readjusting, just freedom to move. It also has a demi-cup shape for a natural lift with a lower neckline that flatters in everything from V-necks to dresses. And because it's from Knix, it's available in sizes for every body. Experience the first wired bra you'll actually want to wear all day. Visit Knix.com for 15% off your order with FreeFlex15. That's KNIX.com, code FreeFlex15 for 15% off. Knix.com.
Can you talk about a little bit about that other case and how it might be connected to Mika's?
Well, only thing I know is my daughter and the other missing person supposed to have been dating this same guy. This same guy is supposed to have been both of them boyfriends.
So that might be a common link. If two different girls are missing, they dated the same guy. That looks like something they should check out.
Yeah, so it's like what do we do if he's dead?
And there was some mention too of a military guy that your daughter might have been seeing. Was this that same man?
No, that's something different. That's why I say everybody getting a lot of stuff mixed up, but that's a different thing because I don't understand what she had going on, but she had something going on that we did not know about. So I seen her from the window of our apartment when we lived in Hazelwood, Missouri. I seen her get in a black 300. And I talked to my oldest daughter about it, and my oldest daughter said that Mika said that she was dating an older man, and he was a military man. Didn't say what kind of military. Just said he was a military man. And my oldest daughter, thinks that's who was in that black 300. We're not sure. But I seen the black 300. My oldest daughter seen the black 300. And my father, he wasn't sure what kind of car it was, but he was just like a nice car dropped Mika off one day. And I'm thinking it's the same car.
So you'd like to find out who this person is and at least talk to them and see what they know.
Yes. If you was that close with my daughter and she comes up missing, well, I don't know you.
Yeah. And you think they would come forward if they know she's missing to say, hey, you know, I don't have any information, but I'm the one that was giving her a ride.
They know that I constantly talk about, I wonder who was in that black 300. I talk about it all the time. I don't know who was in it, but I know at the time it was a black 300, Chrysler 300.
The police have stated that Mika was last seen in St. Louis, in East St. Louis. Are they referring to she was last seen before she went missing, or are they trying to say that she was seen after she went missing?
I don't know where that came from. Because Mika was last seen in Berkeley at her cousin's house, far as I know.
And sometimes stuff in the newspapers can get it wrong too, and put the wrong information out, or make a mistake and put information that's just not correct.
Now, I know they saying that she was going out and stuff in East St. Louis. Again, I do know about that night after homecoming that the young lady told me. She told me the exact club that they went to. And that was the only time that she ever went with Mika to East St. Louis. And how is Mika getting over there on a regular basis? And that mean that I don't know if she's gone? Come on. No. I'm not trying to hear that. I knew she was gone that night. I didn't know where they went that night. But I knew she was gone. And that don't happen on a regular.
Yeah, and anytime, kids are going to be kids, teenagers are going to be teenagers, you can't watch them 24/7.
No, you can't.
All you can do is do your best and hope that they, make good choices and nothing bad happens to them. So it's sad when people sort of blame, the victim by saying, hey, they were running around or sneaking out or stuff like that, because it's, I think almost every teenager's done it at some point. So you can't be expected to know what they're doing 24/7. All these years later, where is the case now? Are police actively looking for her? Have they come to you recently and updated you? What's going on with the case now?
Well, only thing they have now is that people are, since she's out there more, people are saying that they're seeing her in different states and stuff a lot now. So that's about nothing confirmed. Nothing confirmed. And I know they're getting a lot of tips. I've been getting a lot of people saying that I've seen her in Maryland. I've seen her in Kansas City and Tennessee. I had a couple, so.
Does it give you hope when you hear that you hear these things that she might have been seeing, or does it sort of make you, does it sort of upset you because you go through and find out that this person isn't, they saw the wrong person or whatever?
I have basically just stopped getting my hopes up, because I used to get my hopes up and be let down. So now I just basically almost just assume all of them just to look alike.
Well, it's been 12 years almost since you last saw your daughter. As a parent myself, I can't imagine that feeling. What is it that you missed most about Mika?
Mika, oh my God. Hugging on me. She used to hug on me all the time. I have a picture of her hugging on me because she used to hug on me all the time. Oh, Lord, I miss her talking, because she would say what's on her mind. She didn't hold anything back.
And that part is, again, I can't even imagine not having that in your life for all these years. I've read that you have become sort of active in the missing persons world. Tell us what you've been doing to help other people that might have lost a child, a sibling, someone in their family that's missing. You've been trying to help them. Tell us a little bit about that stuff you've been doing.
Well, I met a lady. Her name is Theta Person, and I met her, oh my God, back in like 2010 or 11, and she has a foundation called Looking for an Angel, and I am a board member for Looking for an Angel, and we spread awareness in missing person cases, where we also do support group meetings, and we just help in any way we can. If it's help passing out flyers, helping with the search and rescue team. So much has developed within the years that my daughter has been missing. They have developed a search and rescue team that goes out with their own money and help the police search for missing kids, and social media is big now. So we have Looking for Angel page that spread awareness of missing person cases and how laws and stuff need to be changed. So much needs to be done. And just for people to know how many missing people are in the state of Missouri and also in the United States. I mean, everywhere they're fighting to get help with missing person cases. You don't want to go to the police department and someone tell you they don't have anyone to help you look for your child. That's crazy. So
the last thing a parent wants to hear is something like that.
No, they don't have the manpower. Nobody wants to hear that. People trying to look for their loved ones. And so they have people out that's helping, doing that has been developing the last 11 years since my daughter been missing. And when someone go missing now, you see it more often now. And back then you didn't see it as much. It was so hard to get it on TV. And now they're getting it on TV more. They're getting it in the newspaper more. They're talking about missing person more. So I have seen an increase in it within my 11 years of my daughter missing.
Well, that's good work you're doing, and kudos to you for doing what you're doing and taking something so painful and turning it into something good to help other people. Has doing that kind of work helped you cope with your own personal loss too?
Oh, yes, absolutely. My personal event that I love going to is in Jefferson City, Missouri, and it's once a year, and it's put on by Missouri Missing, nonprofit called Missouri Missing, and it's families from all over Missouri that come together and tell our story. And I always think about that place because everyone's story is different. So it's like you have to keep pushing because you know somebody that's worse off than you. You know, you think ain't nobody worse off than you, but it is somebody that is worse off than you. So when you go and hear these stories, and it put more fight in you, and then you have somebody beside you fighting with you, and they're fighting for what they have to do, and everybody has their own fight, but we all come together and we all fight together too. And it's like a community. I feel so alone when my daughter first came up missing. Like, I had no one that understood what I was going through. That was hard, feeling like you're the only one going through this. So you have to get out and find that strength somewhere. And I find it when I'm with that community, with the ones that understand what I'm going through. And we get together and we cry and laugh. And we all understand.
Well, that's good work to help other people that are going through what you've gone through, because I know that can't be easy. I know you've never given up hope on finding Mika, and I hope that one day you do find the answers that you're looking for. And in the meantime, we're just happy to support your efforts and share Mika's story and get it out there. And hopefully if anyone out there is listening that has information, they'll do the right thing and come forward.
Yes, please. Please. I just pray somebody say something, tell something. It might be just a little thing that they know or they seen. Just say something. I just, the people that knew her at school, I haven't never talked to any of them, and I just want, if I can get it to them to contact me in any way and tell me anything they know about her. I just want to know. I just want to know everything.
And hopefully for your family's sake, they do the right thing if they have information and come forward. I can't thank you enough, Paula, for sharing Mika's story with us. And again, all the best to you in finding out what happened to her.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Missing Persons. If you can provide any information to help solve the case we discussed in this episode, we hope that you'll contact the appropriate authorities.
We hope that you'll tell your friends about Missing Persons and invite them to listen to the show. Word of mouth will really help us grow. And if you'd like to help us reach new listeners, please be sure to rate and review Missing Persons on the platform you're listening to us now on.
We'd like to tell you a little bit about our Patreon program. If you visit patreon.com/missingpodcast, you can sign up to help this podcast through ongoing monthly support. As a thank you, we'll give you an on-air shout-out, a thank you card and sticker, plus you'll get ad-free early access to every new episode of Missing Persons, as well as any bonus content.
Your Patreon support also goes directly towards helping the missing, because every dollar that we earn through Patreon will be split with two worthwhile causes that benefit the efforts to bring missing people home. charlieproject.org, and private investigations for the missing. Your Patreon support will really go a long way towards helping. We hope you'll consider supporting the show. Just a reminder, new episodes of Missing Persons drop every other Saturday. If you want to find us on social media, you can search Facebook for Missing Persons Podcast. We're also on Twitter with the handle @missing_pod. And of course, you can always find us on our website, missingpersonspodcast.net. On behalf of Jess Betancourt, this is Mike Morford saying thanks, and we'll see you next time on Missing Persons.
Missing Persons is produced under the name AbJack Entertainment by Mike Morford and Jessica Betancourt. It's hosted by Mike Morford and Jessica Betancourt, with writing and research by Jessica Betancourt and editing by Mike Morford. Be sure to listen every other Saturday for an all-new episode of Missing Persons.